But I really don't mean to hurt her, but I need some time to be alone. Cause when you love someone, you just don't treat them bad. Oh, how I feel so sad that I wanna leave. Crying the heart to me. How could you let this be? I just need time to see where I wanna be. Where I wanna be.
Let's start the show. Without further ado, man. Without further ado.
A lot going on.
Hey, man. What's funny? The creator, the curator,
Hey.
Mr. Knowledge Beckham. Put your hands together right now.
Hey, what up?
Welcome back.
This the third time.
Yeah.
Third time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I love it. Appreciate y'all.
We're glad you're here, man. You know, it's like family walking in.
For
Like,
sure.
I'm not a guest at all.
For sure.
You just late to the family picnic. That's it.
That's it. That's all.
That's right on time, though.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
like,
true.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Quietly.
I appreciate you not wanting any chicken because that means more for me.
Oh, yeah. So, look, she's annoyed me enough.
I lobbied.
Annoyed. Works
Oh
for
my
me.
God.
Somebody said big. I ain't say who said. I ain't gonna say who said it though.
Who said big?
I ain't gonna say no
Yeah,
words.
Beg works as
Oh my
well.
God. That's fine. Call it what you want. I get what I want.
So Kels officially has snacks in the building. So you'll probably get a different Kels the Yogi this episode. She won't be irritated. She won't be hungry. I don't know why she doesn't feed herself before she comes here.
Every set has snacks. Get up off that.
Okay.
There we go. You
They
look quicker
not
on
like
that. And
us.
plus you got a crumb on the side of your mouth.
They not
You
like
enjoy the
us.
craft services as well.
And you know what? I didn't even use the term craft services prior to you. So.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, I class up the joint. That's what I do.
Oh, shit. Hey, look, I don't even know if we have time to get into what we missed, how's you guys' weeks and all that. Most importantly, my brother reached out to me and said, hey, man, I got some shit brewing. And then I look up, you got the internet going crazy for what's funny, okay? Him and Lil Rel linked up to bring a comedy festival to Chicago. Dope idea. I don't even know where it came from, but I love it.
Right.
It's
You know what
about
I'm
time.
saying?
It's past time.
Yeah. No, that was dope. I'm like, damn, how does a because we talked about what does a comedy festival even
Actually
look
look
like?
like.
You know what I mean? So tell us about that, where it started, where it's going, and you know, everything else in between.
Yeah, bro. Again, appreciate it. Happy to be here. Happy to talk about the What's Funny Comedy Festival. A lot of people don't know, so I'll take you all the way back, right? So I got involved in comedy about 2006. Got introduced to Lil Rel at that time. I was working on a project. Somebody brought him to me like, yo, you should have him audition for, I think it was like an online talk show that I was working on. And so we connected, man, in like quick, fast, in a hurry. I don't think we separated for like 7.5 years. Every day, 7, 8 conversations a day talking about where he was trying to get to. And it wasn't even that I was crazy about comedy. I just knew that probably had some business shit at the end of the day that he could leverage, right? And so we worked together in a management capacity
Right.
for like 7 or 8 years. Moved to New York, right? Missing a lot of shit in between, but moved to New York. He was taking the next step in his career. I stayed here. I was an entrepreneur for like 5 or 6 years. Tired of being kind of broke like that. That wasn't of me.
You don't wear
that
that well.
wasn't of me.
There you go.
And
You don't wear that
and
well
so
at
I
all.
went back into corporate. Obviously, you saw what Rel's done over the last 10, 11 years.
Mm-hmm.
During that time, though, from let's call it 06 to about 13, I did probably 500-600 comedy shows. And so for me,
It's a lot of comedy.
yeah, it's a lot of comedy. A lot of comedy. Knew a lot of comics.
It's like
You just
10,000
know the
hours
business.
of laughs.
That's it, right? And so at the end of the day, it's kind of like, man, I need to get back into that space. One, you really don't just leave that on the table. Like, yo, it's an opportunity here to probably monetize. Two, when I looked at Chicago, like it's a different comedy landscape than it was
Absolutely.
15 years ago. And
Facts.
I'm like, you know, Mary Lindsay was a big part of it. So former owner of Jokes and Notes.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
She was like, she was like the godmother
47th
of
Street.
comedy. Yeah, not just here, really across the country. Cats respect Mary. And so I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna get back into the comedy game. It makes sense. And so me and Rel were just talking one time, and I was like, yo, bro, I think I'm about to get back into doing comedy shows and shit like that. And he's like, I said, I think I'm gonna kick it back off with a festival though. Like I don't want to just come back with a show, right? I did a show 15 years ago. Like want to come back with something with a little more splash. And he just gets quiet, right? Which I know he thinking, right? Them wheels spinning. He like, bro, is there room? I was like, yeah, bro. Like, of course there's room for you. And you know what you're gonna do is what's probably gonna take me 4 years to get there. You're gonna help me get there in year 1.
There you go.
Right. And from that point, the cables got on. We Deadline Hollywood. You know, this is Hollywood. This is what Denzel and them looking at. So now we get that sort of announcement. Then calls start coming in. People like Sherry Shepherd, who's from Chicago, like Rel.
Shout out.
Love that. I'm in. Whatever you need, I'm good. Like I'm coming there. Use my name. Whatever you got to do, and you started getting all this organic love to be a part of this festival, and it's still going. So that's kind of where we at right now, September 16th through the 22nd here in Chicago. Then the other question you had, which was, what is a festival, right? Most people think about it's twofold, right? So for the comedic, you know, for the audience, they get to see a lot of comedy from a lot of different comics, right? So we'll have 40 to 50 comics in Chicago that week performing throughout the week, right? So that's crazy. Just if you really love comedy, you pick your shows, you go check people out. I'm gonna go Tuesday, I'm gonna go Saturday. Man, I'm going Sunday to Rel's taping, and you just decide where you want to kind of get in. But then on the other side, which is the comedy side, comics need a platform, right?
Absolutely.
Like, you know, I remember having conversations with Rel back in the day. I'm like, I knew his funny didn't need to change. He just needed to change the location, right? It's great making
That be the thing sometimes.
teachers and, you know, ball. Like, it's good making all, you know, everyday people laugh. But if you're trying to change your career, it needs to be a casting director out there. It needs to be an agent. It needs to be a manager in that audience. And a lot of that's about location. And so one of the primary reasons that you put a festival together is now, think about the NBA Combine, right? So once a year, they come and they see everybody, whether you from Lithuania, Chicago, New York, one place you get to see all the talent. That's what a festival does, right? And so maybe not year 1, but year 3, year 4, NBC will be here, Fox will be here, Hulu will be here, Netflix, everybody will be here because this is going to be the largest kind of pool of what they call urban talent, which really means, you know, Black talent. And that's what it does is a lot of times comics will leave festivals with deals, meaning like, you know, NBC saw them and they love them.
Good shit.
Right? They may leave with an agent, a booking agent, a manager. They leave with something that, and if nothing else, they just network with one another, right?
Exposure.
Like, oh man, you out there in New York, you got a room in New York, or you got a spot here, and we connect, we exchange numbers, and now my career has gotten better. So that's kind of what a festival is. That's the logic behind the festival, and it's exciting, man.
Is this the first one of its kind?
Festival or what I'm
Comedy
doing?
special. Comedy special. What you're doing? Festivals.
For me,
Yeah.
For me and Rel, it is. Rel's been a part of a number of festivals as a comedian. It's the first one for me, and Comedy Festival has been going on forever, but they don't ever lead with us, right? If you ever see any Black or urban comics or brown, right, Black or brown in a comedy festival, they're sprinkled in. They kind of may already be on a trajectory, right, which is kind of what Rel was, and they'll pull them in, but they're not gonna grab super funny, but your everyday person who might not be connected like that, might not be in certain circles. They just won't get those looks, right? Doesn't matter how funny they are, and so
Knowledge, is this the first Black owned comedy festival, or are there other ones around that are owned and operated by our people?
yeah. So I don't want to misspeak. There's definitely not a go-to. So there is something called ABFF, American Black Film Festival, and they will roll in. That's usually out of DC. I think they have.
That's how
one
comedy
this year.
is. It's like on the periphery of other.
No. I mean, there's plenty of comedy festivals, and again, I don't know well enough. I think I asked Rel that, and he told me a couple, but this, I believe, I'm biased, but I think this is going to be the biggest, right? And we're not saying it's a Black comedy festival. It's just it's on
Comedy
the South
festival.
side.
There you
It's it's people that we know first. Like that's just what it is.
Boo.
Where
We got more space out west. You thought one finna say that?
Hey,
Is it a comedy spot out west anywhere?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Yeah, the whole west side's funny.
It's like open, well, funny
We
looking.
wake up roasting motherfuckers. They look-
y'all do.
I'm finna
Y'all
go
do.
Lupe, man.
Y'all
My bad,
do.
Lupe.
Oh,
Y'all
I'm
do.
finna go Lupe, bro.
But
we
real
get to that.
from out west. So there you go.
There you go.
There we go.
So apparently there's a space for the everyday funny guy, like you said. If I think I'm funny,
Yeah.
Oh,
if
Lord.
I think I'm funny, I make everybody laugh. I've been to local shows, the little clubs, the spots you go to maybe cut your teeth. how do I fall on or fall into, line and maybe get a shot at the It's Funny? What's funny?
At the festival?
Yeah.
Is
there a way?
You're trying to be on stage.
Yeah,
I'm saying, I'm not funny at all.
I'm just saying, but that's what you're asking, like, to get on stage.
How can I at least get a look? Maybe
Yeah. So there's a submission process,
Okay.
right? So it's closed now, but it ended July 15th, where you can go online, submit your information, how long you've been doing comedy, like 3 clips, right, that we'll check out, et cetera. So we went through those. We had like just under 100 submissions from like 33 different cities.
That's amazing.
That's nice.
So yeah.
What was it? What was the demographics like? Was it equal men and women, or do you find like
it was? It's not going to be equal, just because it's
I
more
mean the
male
submissions,
dominated. Still more male
got
dominated, but probably it's probably 30% women.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody heard of before?
Depends on how deep you're in the comedy. Probably if you know any of the local, just niche. Even though she didn't submit.
What
but
up, sis?
Yeah, I mean, Just Niche ain't. We're not giving her local no more.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah.
That's sis.
True.
I love
Just
what
Niche,
Just
super
Niche, yeah.
talented, man. Super.
Yeah.
She's gonna go.
What's the what was the age criteria? Is there youth, or is it 21 and up? Everybody's grown?
No, it's just submit, right? Because
Okay.
you think about like a lot of the greats. I think Eddie Murphy hit the stage for first time at 15. Dave Chappelle hit the stage first time at 15. So you never know what you're looking at. So
I would love to see a young comic.
yeah.
I think that's like in sports, some people can tell some people are born with it.
Yeah.
Some people work at it.
Yeah.
You could tell the comedians, I think, that are born with it. But I think the greats or the GOATs, although they're born with it, they work at it. All right.
Absolutely.
Now, outside of the major comedians, the Rocks, the Chappelles, the Lopez's, what's the white guy name? They love him. I forgot his
Seinfeld?
name. Of course, he goated too, though.
Love him.
When you go to the B-tier comedians, who's the best? If we could pick out maybe a top 2 or 3, who's the best at that B-tier range, though? Because we all know the funny people. I can't put Rel in B-tier because he's been on stage, he's been in movies, He's
Mid funny.
Mid funny.
I think C-tier.
Mid-grade.
C-tier is mid funny. B-tier is you good, but you ain't got the name. But everywhere you go, you crack motherfuckers up.
It's hard. That's a great question. It's hard, bro, though, specifically for me, because I've seen so many comedians.
Right.
And I don't shout people out. I can shout them out, but I don't want to disrespect them either.
Right.
Right, because these are cats that, because you think about like the early 90s, Def Comedy Jam, Comic View, etc. Like,
right.
There were cats who never went, but they used to kill that stage. Def Comedy Jam, right? Cats like, even if you think of like a George Wilburn, right? And you think about just all jokes aside, whatever. I don't think George is a household name, right? My man Gerald Kelly, he's out of New York from the Bronx. Super funny. My man Esau McGraw, right?
Esau funny.
Who we had,
Who
we just had at Jokes Beats and Culture. And so there's so many comics, man. And that's kind of why you do this as well, bro. Like you see people, you like, man, they can go. Like they just need a shot, right? Like
I put you on stage, dog. I put you on stage.
You put me on stage.
Would you make motherfuckers laugh? You ain't got that?
I do it just it don't do nothing for me. Like I really don't want to get up there and perform for a cat.
You gotta tell jokes to Spades game, huh? Domino's game, huh? I got it. We need those too, though.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, being on stage and being funny is not easy at all.
It ain't.
Especially when you can feel the crowd not with you.
Yeah.
Or you can
start fighting motherfuckers, bro.
I think the most painful thing for me is like watching comedians bomb.
Yeah.
Oh, you feel it.
You feel it, yeah.
And everybody, it kind of like people start shifting their seats and like people start talking. It's that moment where you're just like, oh, I just want this to end. It takes a lot of courage to thug it out through that and finish the set.
I got a confession, man, low key. When I watch comedians bomb, I laugh at that shit, bro. I laugh at it. Yeah, I mean,
you get my giggle?
That's my part of the comedy show right there, though.
Yeah.
Free giggles.
I laugh at it, bro. Hey.
You're trash.
I know, thank you. I appreciate the compliment.
Hey, but you know what though? Like
leave a boss at home during the festival.
But when you talk about tears, right?
Yeah.
I went to Donsky shit last week.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's open mic.
Yep.
Right? Obviously hosted by Leon. Shout out to Leon.
Shout out, bro.
The funny people.
Yeah.
The funny people, right?
Yep.
And
Shout out to Don.
I can see the tears throughout the show.
Yeah.
Right? I can see who doesn't have it at all. You can see who's been working.
Right.
You can see who's seasoned.
Yeah. Yep.
Right? What's my man on GCI? With Tone Capone.
Oh, Tom. Okay.
No, but he's
forgot
on
his name.
Tom Capone's show.
I forgot his name. Yeah.
I don't even know, bro. I ain't listening.
So he me either, but they got a podcast together, whatever.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? He got up there. He was like basically the headliner.
Okay.
Killed it. Right. I didn't even know he did comedy.
Right.
And then it was a guy before him, super solid. You could tell that they work, but he was Instagram or IG.
Oh, IG. Okay.
So
Yeah.
social media
comedian. Okay.
And then it was like two other amateurs or whatever. And you can just tell when people aren't comfortable, right? So I'll say all that to ask.
And that's a tough room, though. Like that is a tough. Chicago rooms are tough.
It is.
But that in Francis, oh my God, tear to shreds.
So I guess what I'm asking, when you're going through 100+ submissions,
what
are you looking for? Exactly. Is it talent? Is it he got potential? Is it I'm gonna give him a shot? You know what I mean? Like how many people are you like, all right, boom, got it, been seasoned, cool, unseasoned, you know what I mean? Like what's the barometer on that?
Okay, barometer.
Yeah.
6?
Yeah. Slight.
Yeah, I'm growing. My man growing. Try to throw me off a little bit. Barometer. Lean over, I'll let you a little bit like, hold on, what? They can just call me something. It's a good question, man. So it's not my decision alone, right? So I went through them, Rel went through them, some of our team went through them, et cetera. We had like a little rating system, 1 to 5, et cetera. When I'm looking at a comedian, it's multifold, right? So obviously the funny is there. One of the things I'm taking into account, however, is if I was doing a comedy show, let's just say a show, you got my host, I got my opener, I got my feature, and I got my headliner, right? Basic show. Feature probably needs to have about 20 minutes, right, of material. Headliner probably 45 minutes. Well, in a festival, because it's more about it's about more, seeing more people, really only need to be 5 to 10 minutes. Right. And so that takes the bar down a lot, right? Because you can get 5 minutes in a couple years. Solid 5, right? A hot 5. I don't need you searching. You got your hot 5. You get in, you get out. And so that makes it easier. But I'm looking for somebody, obviously, who has funny. For me specifically, I'm not looking at super vulgar cats. Right? Like, yo, you cursing way too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, boss is done.
It's over with.
you
want that. Yeah. Everybody's scoring that at 1.
Because, at the end of the day, I used to tell comics all the time when I had a comedy club out in the South Burbs. I'm like, yo, it could be a 60-year-old with 10 of her friends celebrating her 60th.
Facts.
And you going nuts in here, which they not comfortable with. Guess what? They don't even know your name, but they'll never be back in my club.
Right.
Right? Oh. And so you didn't kill me at the end of the day because it was hard getting them in that party. You just lost me some customers, right? At the end of the day. And so
we look at that.
Same thing with it, right? So we do our first year. What if we got agents? What if we got NBC there? And I got this dude up there just, nigga crazy, F crazy. They kind of like, man, this first year, we didn't know what to think. We're deciding whether we're coming back next year and we're going to invest in this more. We want some panels, et cetera. And so as I'm going through and I'm looking like who's also going to be a good look for the festival.
Right.
Right. Who do I think Chicago will enjoy? To your point, Chicago is a real crowd. Like Abasi's out in the crowd. Right. Like they don't like, you know what I'm saying? You go to, you in LA or what have you, see comedians perform, they give you polite laughs, et cetera. Even if it's not funny, Chicago just,
there are no polite laughs.
Yeah, there just ain't no silence. Like, yo, and if I paid, then man, you know what I'm saying? You owe me.
This is
right.
What we call
you owe me in laughs. Like
we call our friends ugly as a compliment.
That's so ugly.
That's what's fucked up. We call we ugly as hell. He be fly as hell though. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely tough here.
That's it. So it's a but everybody respects Chicago too for that reason. Then if you just think about LA, bro, you got Rel, you got Dion, you got D-Ray, you got Corey, you got Michael Collier. Like you look at there's a lot of heavyweights from Chicago. And then still missing a ton, but you got heat coming from Chicago. So everybody respects Chicago too. So it's also a perfect place to do the festival.
Man, you end up with a comedy show in a chicken shack, a backyard, a parking lot, in the hallway.
Shout out to Michi Hall.
Right. I see you trying. Right. People do comedy like it is literally anywhere and everywhere. And I think that's what I love about it is that there's this synergy because we don't have like comedy clubs all around. So there are the lounges and there are the restaurants. So you really see comedy kind of pairing up with small businesses and entrepreneurs to get crowds in. Yep. But look, the only thing they got to do is buy that chicken and they will not crack a smile unless you make them.
That's real. So actually one of our panels, So also during the festival as well, I missed this piece, there are panels, right? So as a comedian, it ain't no different for like a 9 to 5 where you might fly out here and you go to that conference to get taught, to get educated.
It's an industry.
It's an industry event, right? So coming to a panel, like one of the panels we're talking about just that, right? Like we talked about 15 years ago in comedy, there's something called a run, right? And so let's say you from Dallas, right? You know me and you coming up to do my spot on the weekend, Friday, Saturday, but you like, yo, I want to come to Chicago for the week. We be like, yo, Don Ski on Wednesday, hit him up. On Monday, Marlon Mitchell got from hit him up.
It's like artillery.
You can hit the whole week.
All of the open mics.
You know what I'm saying? You hit every stage, which you want, right? And, you know, each spot, you get 100, but you leave the weekend. You like, yo, I went to Chicago. I slept on somebody's couch, right? And I'm going back home with 1,200, right? Because you're just getting a little bit from every spot. And so that doesn't exist. And so one of the panels we're talking about is, I forgot the name of it, but we're just talking about the infrastructure of comedy is like going, and all those spots are important, right? Like they need to be set up right? And that's what we kind of talked about, like with Don's spot or whatever. And there's ways that you can make rooms a little bit easier in terms of how you set them up, how you run them, et cetera, because everything's not necessarily a comedy club. Right. So like if I do a bar, for an example, I'm like, yo, move all the chairs from the bar. Because motherfucker at a bar, they probably gonna talk.
They talk.
They talk and they talk. It's just, so move it. I want everybody right here.
Yeah.
Right?
Turn the TVs
off.
Them
TVs got to be off.
Gotta turn
right?
off.
At the end of the day, right? Like it's all of those things that you have to do. Otherwise, the room gets kind of crazy, loud.
You're in competition for why they are even there.
And they already knew. So they already don't got heat, right? At the end of the day. So that's an important part. But yeah, we're going to talk about that infrastructure. And I think what's happened is in people's, you know, after you do something for X amount of time, you're ready to go. Like I'm ready to go up. And so you start to shun those and you start trying to get into the big clubs.
Bigger spaces,
but the clubs ain't really, they don't be checking for you like that, right? They don't check for you. They don't really respect you like that. And so that infrastructure is important.
All right. And can we also talk about who else is on the show with Rel?
Yeah. So, and this is the first one, right? And so for us, we needed to get it going. I don't think that we even have everybody today that we'll have in terms of names, right? Sometimes people just
pull up.
They sit, they pull up. Sometimes they chill. They want to see how things go. But we do got Sherry Shepherd, right? Sherry Shepherd's going to be headlining Saturday night. So she's there. LeVar Walker, you know LeVar? LeVar's Chicago cat, right? In the A. So LeVar's performing Friday. Ballhead's going to be performing Friday.
Ballhead, that's my cousin. What up?
Yeah.
Everybody can't be your cousin, bro.
Hey, man, last name Phillips, man.
Hey, you see this kind of shit?
This
is black shit right
Yeah.
Oh,
It's black
We're going to pull
business.
everybody in.
that's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Ballhead, what up?
Black folk business.
Yeah, shout out to
Cuddy.
Ballhead. And then who else we got on the weekend? There's some other cats that haven't gotten their official letters yet, so I don't want to necessarily shout them out. But you're talking about Friday 2 shows, Saturday 2 shows, right? So 7 o'clock show, 9 o'clock show, but both shows are different. So different comics. So if you get a Friday pass, you're about to see anywhere between 10 to 15 comics on that Friday of funny motherfuckers.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, how much is this going to cost? Like, are people buying each day? Do they get a pass for all of the shows? Like, what is that looking like?
Yep. So,
and is there a VIP and is there snacks?
Yes and yes. Yes and yes.
My
so,
God. You see, that's a boss right there.
So when you put these festivals, wow. So, it's my man, as you wiping chicken away, my man is supplied. You know? Yeah. So we got, it shows from Tuesday through Sunday. So a lot of the other comedy spots like a Don Ski, it's already going on. It's just
Don
like
Ski.
tap in, right? Laugh Factory, let's just tap in, right? You already got the infrastructure. That allows us to put more comics there, but we really don't have our hands in that pocket, right? So we're doing some joint promotion, et cetera. But in terms of the festival itself, our big shows are at the DuSable, right?
Okay.
So if you were to buy, you can buy Friday pass, which gets you Friday. You can buy a separate Saturday pass that gets you Saturday.
Look.
You told me that. You told me to. He called. He said every joint, my man. Yeah, bro.
So loud.
And it didn't even look like a good attempt, brother. Like, usually you'll see somebody take their time. Like, just, I'm like, damn, when I'm looking at it, I'm like, that shit definitely can't work. I know.
It's every Saturday. I don't know why he does this.
Part is a skill, man. It's a skill.
It never makes the cut. Don't worry about it. I'm cold.
All type of ice. Yeah, that one ain't set up for me. I'm in ice.
Hilarious.
Here we go. Look at it.
I heard it. I'm like, oh, that's wet. That's wet.
Oh man, that was hilarious, bro. That was hilarious. But yes, we got the Friday pass. We got the Saturday pass. Those are sold separately, or you can buy the 2-day pass.
Okay.
To get Friday and Saturday. And Rel's taping, right? So Rel's doing his 4th stand-up special taping on
That's
Sunday.
cold, though.
Yeah, self-financed, self-directed. So he's always been one to go get the bag from HBO, Comedy Central. Like, boom, we're gonna pay you X. We take care of everything. This time, he's taking care of everything on his own. And for him, it gives him 100% creative control, right? So, and I've known this for a while. Like when you do stand-up shows or whatever, Comedy Central, HBO, they will say, hey, submit your set to us. Right. And that he ain't a big fan of that, right? So you got a room of cats who probably don't come from where you come from, et cetera, examining your jokes and saying, we need that. We should take, and so this gives them 100% creative control.
Oh, they decide, they cherry pick.
They do.
They like cut your setup, like take those 3 minutes out, give me something else, or like move. That's
you want
wild.
money,
Whatever. Exactly.
Yeah.
Whatever notes they have.
Not bad, yeah.
I don't know if you've ever heard the story.
Little Bears.
Eddie Murphy.
Oh.
Eddie Murphy with Raw. They were saying like they took it like, yo, it got too many F's in it. Too many fucks. And so he's like, he makes it funny, but like, hey, can I get this motherfucker and take 3 fucks out? Like like I need that motherfucker right there. Like I need that. And so it's real, but that's how it, that's how it goes. They give you notes or what have you, and
give you notes on your own shit.
Yeah.
Boy,
And see, that's what I don't like. When you use other people's money, it's cool if you don't have the capital and you have to play the game.
Yep.
I prefer to self-finance, say what the fuck I want to say, how I want to say it, and I can convey the message that I want to convey.
That's it.
Wait though, but great, perfect. But to both you too, you've been on stage actually telling jokes. You know what I'm saying? So that does that depend on everybody want creative control, and you want your shit to go out there unfiltered, the way you imagine it's funny, the way you tell your joke, having the whole crowd laughing, double over laughing at your shit though. But I think that depends on where you are in life. If you broke, guess what you finna do?
Oh, for sure.
You finna take that
for
bag.
Sure. Dance, man.
So wait, so now put y'all need some help, man. Y'all need fucking help, man. So say you are the working poor, as I like to call it. The working class, man, look here. I know what I make, I'm still the working poor.
Work po.
You know what I'm saying? Say you're in that position. You don't need for nothing. But the opportunity comes your fucking way. They say, hey man, boom, this big bag right here. Let's control your shit. Now you financially okay and comfortable. You got a support system at the crib, things taken care of. Do you at that point say, you know what, take that bag to get further ahead, or do you just say, nah, I'm gonna create control of my own shit?
I think it totally depends for me. Like, there's some things that I'm willing to be like, okay, I can negotiate, and other things like projects is like the festival, my festival, non-negotiable. Now, all 3 of them, like the package, I'll talk. Right? Because it's 3 events that we're talking about amplifying or optimizing in some way. But you just want this one over here, like, nah, you're gonna have to come with something, and it's gonna have to make a significant improvement to the whole.
So you're not going in the Hollywood door unless it's for all 3.
Absolutely.
All right, there you go.
No, pay me.
He gonna sell me. How much am I worth? If somebody says like me, I want to know this. I want to know this.
First up on the block.
Yeah. If somebody says we want to swap her out, how much?
You don't want to ask me this question.
I'm asking. I want the truth. What's my price? Okay, 10,000. They say swap her out. We got you.
No, 10 man's not enough. 10 man's not enough.
Oh,
no, that's real shit. Real shit.
Thank you. 25,000.
No.
He took a breath on that one.
I did. You did though.
I did.
He did right.
So he was like,
No, I already paid that. That's good. I'm straight.
Exactly, right?
Doing
Exactly.
some quick accounting.
It's all math for me. It's not personal, right? I don't know. It would for me, it would have to be a number that clears my investment that I've already made, right?
Yep.
Takes care of my people that's been with me the whole time.
Yep.
And it depends on if they're trying to replace you, right?
yeah, they want somebody else. They want to bring somebody else.
But here comes the part where
I need 100.
$100. There you go, bro.
That's more than my mom has on life insurance for me, friend. I love you.
You gonna be blowing that in 6 months.
I know, right?
I
love 30 stacks.
I tell you what, I would look here. It's always a sale for me. You can have it. I can create more content.
So you selling me for 10,000?
Look here, look, I'm gonna get what you're worth. we gonna make something new.
You was such a man answer. The man, sir.
You're already on the corner now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I can do that too.
We gonna make some new content, but you gotta trust your own talent and ability though in situations like that, man. Like, I want to say like Key and Peele or maybe like 11 Color. I watched the Keenan Wayans shit.
Yeah.
Wayans shit, man. I'm looking like they tried to do you like that, and you changed TV.
Yeah.
He changed TV. They didn't
No
get no
doubt.
fuck.
No doubt.
You
No
know
doubt.
what I'm saying?
I think it depends on the project, right? Stand-up specials, a little bit different, but they do that, television show, right? Rel had a TV show called Rel. Fox, right? Those that's straight executives.
Yeah.
Right. So at the end of the day, you can push and you can do what you want to do. They're gonna make those decisions, right? And they do swap out people. Like, hey, you can come to the table with somebody, and they're like,
we have
like,
a new Rel.
Yeah. And now they'll swap.
Rel meet new Rel.
They'll swap your people.
Why can't dating life be like that though? For real.
Ah. You know what's so funny that did happen to me though.
Wife meet new wife.
Yeah, man. I got. They was like, ding dong. I gotta open the door. It's this other dude. He was like, "You my girlfriend now." I'm like, "What just happened?" He was like, "We switched."
You
was
live
like,
a life, huh?
Yeah, it started young. Shout out Rack City.
There you go.
Well, that's dope, man. And low key off the back of Lollapalooza that's going crazy.
Yeah.
I'm sick of Lollapalooza. I'm sick of it. I don't need a deep dive on it, but I'm gonna tell you this:
Oh, traffic is crazy.
traffic's crazy.
Ain't nothing but naked people everywhere.
It ain't nothing but titties and ass out there.
Everywhere.
White, black,
not
skinny,
complaining, but
tall,
come on now.
fat, short. It don't matter.
Don't matter.
What's the demo that? Is it just
Everything.
super, it's older people too?
Everybody go.
18
Everybody go.
to 60.
Blind,
Damn, for real?
wheelchair, support pets, everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
Everything
wow.
be there. No bullshit.
Okay.
Emotional support dogs is crazy.
Yeah.
I was sitting at my favorite part-time in the world
Oh my
now from
God.
the Ross getting disrespected. You know what I'm saying? This past weekend. You know what I'm saying? Getting utterly disrespected in my tight like security vest. I realized I had on my police pants, my partridge shirt, a top flight vest working for somebody else. That's I had on 3 jobs working for somebody else. I said, you doing too much, bro. Get your life back together. But I'm down there. I'm looking like, I forgot to say fuck that.
Hey,
It's
look,
over, bro.
Lost prevention
You know what's crazy?
stories.
Hey, man, my pride got in the way, man. It's over with.
so they're in my district, right? So we got SWAT down there, we got feds,
Yeah.
we got Metro Police, we got Cook County Sheriffs, right? From 11th all the way 18th,
Bro.
shut down. So they're parking all in our shit, right?
Right.
Undercovers, everybody in there like they Cubs jerseys the whole time, got the big Ruger.
Yep.
You know what I mean? They sprinkle them out. And I'm saying to myself,
You can smell them, though.
you can smell them out, right? But I'm saying to myself, this is a music festival.
Right.
There's people in the hood dying right now.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
That's it.
So you pull all these resources for this event.
For that, yeah.
I mean, let's be real though. How many stars are here? How much money and how many tourists and people that do not live here? It's a lot. It's a lot of money and a lot of people downtown at the same time, which makes the city extremely vulnerable.
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. So
I get
this Lala this
Get your
year. Lala this year is kind of like a pregame to what we can expect to grow like 10-fold come the DNC. If we think Lala is wild, when the DNC is here, it's gonna be crazy.
They got a better plan for the DNC. But you're right. You absolutely right.
Well, this
It's
is
like a
They-
dry
they
run
got
on some of them.
exactly. This is exactly a
a
dry,
dry
run.
run.
This is a practice run for everything that's about to happen in 2 weeks.
If you try to do something during the DNC, y'all going to jail. I'm telling y'all now. You better
Yeah.
not put your gum out in the grass, walk across the street. We've been trained to walk backwards and smoke through people. No bullshit. Actually, I even wrote the walk. I said, I'm not finna do this in my real life.
Right.
What are you? No, y'all got me fucked up. I'm not doing this, but we've been trained to do
Do y'all get
everything.
paid more for DNC coming here?
We do only because they stretched our days out.
Oh,
We don't have any off days. So the old time check gonna be crazy. Look here, if you ain't been on a date in a while, I'm gonna have a little extra money. They can go out with me. This is my audition. You know what I'm saying? For like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, we don't have any off days. We have 12-hour days. You can go home, take a nap, maybe work out, come back to work.
Big bags.
I ain't mad at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good credit card.
So, Kels, I want to ask you though, what was this reason that Trump was here? couple days ago?
Oh, the National Association of Black Journalists, NABJ.
Can you say it one more time for me?
National Association of Black Journalists.
I saw them initials.
National,
Oh my
BJ,
God.
National,
Yeah.
BJ.
I said, where they at? Where they at? How much to get in? Where do I go?
National Association.
Big
of
B.
Black
The idea that there's a National Association
NABJ, direction.
BJ. I'm so angry at that. Why you laughing too hard?
Siri,
I ain't
Alexa,
thought about it.
Alexa, where they at? Girl, I can need your help.
Have a national convention.
Hey, I woke up like, hey, man.
You can't really wear that acronym on a shirt really big
Right,
either.
Oh,
Yeah.
So since we in Chicago and he came here, I felt it was really trash that they invited him here to speak to him so he could act a fool in front of some of these black journalists.
He's denied attending in the past, so I think this was the first time that he accepted.
So
the
my
invitation.
question
that
to
vote.
you would be, Kels, right? I know this is your space. My question to you would be, is the NABJ
Ology.
You did wrap that out.
That's the way he said it, too.
Yeah, he did that on purpose.
We broke it down. Can't do this, Chicago.
right. Was this about Trump or was this about bringing attention to their
Young journalists.
young
Black
journalists?
I can't speak to the intention of why.
Oh, I'm
right?
asking your opinion.
So one, you take advantage of the fact that you have folks here in Chicago and the DNC is here. So I do think on some level it was a bit of like, we want candidates to come and speak to our community. Right? It's tons of conferences and events that come through Chicago. Not everybody's going to be able to pull, the RNC candidate and the DNC candidate. Like they're not.
Right.
So, I know a lot of people did not want to give him a platform, which is absolutely fair. People paid their money to attend the conference. They had panels on everything on, being professional journalists, and Steven was here and he did his first take live. And so it was a range of experiences. It's not like people didn't show up to hear what he had to say. So it wasn't like this massive boycott from the full membership of NABJ. And then also
Some people boycotted.
Well, some people refused to attend the conference.
Okay.
Some people pulled their sessions. So you had a range of responses. Some people were very vocal about it. Some people were very silent. So you got that list of sessions that were canceled, and it was left up to speculation. Like, sometimes people don't make it; they miss their flights, and so the session is canceled. So not sure how many people decided like I'm not participating because Trump is participating. But I will say what was so odd. Suddenly, everybody had something to say about Black media. But I started looking around. Like I don't see any content or any conversations about Black media before Trump's presence at NABJ. And that's not to say that people weren't aware of it, but I'm like, man, not only nobody's calling out specific Black news outlets either. Right? It's like, how many Black journalists do you know? Is it just NABJ? What do you know about the community? What do you know about the community? And I'm wondering, like, do people even? I'm moving forward, right? I'm not even like honoring any more BJ conversation. This is the second, like, it's always something weird. Sex is always coming up.
I'm worried about blowjobs.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was super weird. Everybody critiquing like Black media and journalists and stuff.
Well, I think
I just fell back and watched.
I think you're making my point, right? I think prior to Trump coming to this shit, I had never heard of this space. Now I know you have. And
You've been under a rock, huh?
I mean, he's also not a journalist.
Yeah, exactly.
Boy.
Right.
I
So
know
I
it
don't
is, though.
I don't
I
give
think.
a fuck about that shit, right? And I speak for the culture, right? Not Stephen A. Okay, there are a million people that think like me.
We had that conversation. Are we journalists or are we media or not? I mean, we're definitely
We
media.
get media passes.
We
Facts,
do.
right?
We do
Going there.
pass as media too.
So
Bar.
my thing is, okay, you bring Stephen A. in, right? He shoots the shit, but then you have Trump here as well. What better way to get the voice out for NABJ than bring a felon who's running for fucking president?
Well, I mean, they don't have to necessarily get their names out because when you are a professional journalist, you know.
But I'm talking about just the event by itself.
I mean, but who else needs to know about it except for the people that can afford to go that are actually journalists?
oh, it is paid. It's paid.
Yeah, like
Okay.
you have to pay to be a member of this organization. It's no different from if there was the National
union or
Association of
something,
Podcasters, right? And we paid a $200 membership to be a part of it, and we get reduced rates to come to this, come to this event that helps us be better at what it is that we do. It is an industry conversation.
We should fucking do that. Why you bullshit?
Yeah, there's they do it for film. I mean, Troy is gonna have his XL Film Fest, right? So
shout out to Troy.
There are spaces for people to continue to be educated and make connections and network. And that's what NABJ is and does for journalists and publishers and, people, what's other people?
Doctors.
No, there's publicists, PR. Public relations, So the publicists.
He's some other people.
yeah. But
I'm looking for a good PR person too.
A lot of my friends couldn't afford to go. A lot of local media and local journalists couldn't afford. It's hard to afford the membership, and then you can't really afford to participate in the annual meeting.
Except networking.
So I'm a part of a few professional societies. I'm a part of the National Cannabis Industry Association.
So you got to pay to be in there?
Yes, you do have to pay.
What benefit do you get? Do you get discount to dispensaries? You get upcoming updates on new weed coming out?
No, you might. So for businesses, you might get a discount on legal services and a referred list of approved lawyers, right? So they're industry associations.
Yeah, I you know what? I know.
But you have you're part of the.
My use is a scam too, though. Don't worry about it. My use is definitely a fucking scam. I call them out all the fucking time. You scamming ass people. People that need to get fired don't get fired. People that get fired. People that got fired that don't need to be fired.
Well, you got to run for union leadership.
Right.
I don't want that position, man. Everybody gonna have something to say, and I ain't trying to hear it. I'm get the fuck out my face, bro. I'm cool. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, never run for leadership.
Did any of y'all have a problem with how he responded to some of the black journalists, the women black journalists at that?
I mean, there were only women
who heard
journalists.
I just saw the clips. I refused to watch it.
Trying to hear it. Yeah.
Shout
out to the journalists. I mean, I didn't keep up with y'all this weekend.
I mean, he's his ability to respond. There's nothing different about how he talks that he did.
He kept
the same demo. Yeah. He purposely, the way that he answers is not. You're not going to get a straight answer out of him.
Right.
And the wild part is that even how you formulate the question, where you try and set it up to whereas you can try and finesse his answer, he will take you down with him. That's a weird way to ask it. He will if you take a shot, he will take a shot with you, and you better be ready for it.
Wait a minute, from a business standpoint, Knowledge, I'm listening to what she's saying because she knows way more than I know. I know nothing about this shit, so I gotta listen to everything she's saying. Zero about this shit, zilch.
Yeah.
How do you make that more welcoming? Because it seems like it's excluding people if you can't afford to be in there. You don't get perks and benefits, and you may not be able to afford no matter how hard you work. I think that's kind of divisive in a way. That's just me. So how do you bring people in, younger, new journalists in?
It is pay to play.
Thing? I understand that part. You know what I'm saying? But on the business side, it's got to be. If you're really about getting exposure for black journalists, making them better, opening up doors for those in there, you got some people that's not in that club that need that help and can't get that help because they don't. That's like the people that's in jail, been in jail for 2 years because they can't afford $50 fucking to get out on bond or bail. Yeah, to me, it's something like that though. How do we change that? Because I mean, not saying they got a great recipe working like they should. But I ain't talking about jail no more. But I'm talking about being a journalist. Okay, I think everybody in jail almost should stay there. But if you did something fucked up to get there, fuck you, man. I'm cool. We better without you. So from a business standpoint, how do you open up a door, at least a lane, an avenue for somebody to get a chance to get it? It could be like 1 or 2 people a year that maybe deserve because of the work they put in, maybe the schooling. They might have dropped a hot topic on social media because the world's moving to social media now. Yep. How do we do something like that though?
So I'll take comedy, right? I'll take comedy. Still same concept, right? You got all these comedians. Let's go to the panels, right? So oftentimes those panels will cost, right? But comedians who are out here working, just maybe don't have a real job, et cetera, they don't have an abundance of money, right? So sometimes they can't pay to get into those panels, right? So kind of same sort of similar thing. Our panel is going to be free, right? Which going to have you can RSVP, et cetera. So we're opening the gates to let everyone in. My perspective is, however, let's say it was $100 to get access to 5 panels. If I'm a comedian, I know it's going to be super helpful. It's going to be the right people in the room. I know I'm going to meet people from across the country, other comedians. I know that they're going to be network people up there. I know that, Lil Rels of the world, Sherry maybe, right? I got to figure out how to get that 100, right? Because I need to be in that room. Right. The fact that we make it free, we'll have people that RSVP that don't show up, right? Because now they shitting on it, right? It's free. They've taken the value down some. So when it goes to the journalists, I figure like those are professionals. So they got a job somewhere. And so if I know that that's something that's a part of elevating my career, I got to put that to the side. That's how I feel. Like I get it that it's not for everybody, but there's certain things in life that you got to make that commitment to specifically if you know that it's going to be beneficial for you.
Spoken like a businessman.
I did. So we get a free pass to go to like a cannabis event. And the next one was in New York. There was not one like in the Midwest where I could access to. And I could pay maybe like $300 for a plane ticket, like an Airbnb, and get there. And I was broke. And I'm like, all right, well, thank God for Affirm. I definitely, that was my first time using it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to figure out, how to pay it over time. And it was the first year of the festival. And I met the publisher of the magazine at that event. And she became a sponsor of Full Fest, like on the spot.
Nice.
And so it was at that moment that I realized that as business people, you have to be discerning. Like when you have that in your gut, like I need to be there, you will find a way to find the money to be in that room. And then you make it count. Like you don't just show up and sit there and not move around.
That's my thing with panels, right? I have a problem with paying to go hear a motherfucker tell me some shit that I already know.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
I will pay to get in a room because now I can talk to you.
Yep.
Right? I can shake your hand. I can pitch to you. You can see me. You can feel the energy. Right? But sitting on a panel, that's weird for me. You know what I mean?
Sitting on a panel.
Like in the audience.
In the audience. Got it. Okay.
Right?
Okay.
Because if I'm in the audience, I have real questions. You may touch on some things, pause, that I need to go in depth with you about, but I can't.
Yep.
And I do understand what a panel is supposed to be. But at the end of the day, being on the panel, if you're on the stage on the panel, it's well, I'm gonna give you a few jewels, right? But now, you still got to get it anyway, right?
Right.
No matter what I tell you,
right?
But if you're in this room with me, and it's 20 people, I can really chop it up with you, right? There's no smoke and mirrors,
right?
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people on panels, first of all, a lot of times you get paid to be on a panel, right? You're gonna give a lot of PC answers. You're only gonna give so much information, right? For me, that's surface level, right? And I get why people go there, but if I'm sitting on the panel, I'm telling you some real shit, right? And I'm going to stop the panel. Do you have a real question, right? And I'm going to tell you some real shit from my point of view and from what works for me.
Right.
But some of that is because of like people, trash moderators are a thing. Like so I stand on. I have sat on.
What are you talking about you, bro?
Shit. I'm the GOAT.
I have some notes.
Now listen here.
I have some notes.
Are you trying to get fired today?
I have some notes.
That number to come down.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, are you gonna buy me?
Like shit. You're like, cool, fuck it.
Take me off his hands.
I got knocked from a co-host that quick.
Damn.
I've sat on hundreds of panels as a guest and as a moderator, facilitator, and even the curator of entire conferences. When you have people who are just surface level and they do not know how to create and curate a genuine conversation from the top to bottom, from the theme of the conference, right? Like a conference has a theme and every single session has some kind of connection to it. Then it is the people that you select, right? And making sure that they have a vibe and they understand the context of the conversation, what we want the audience to leave with.
Yeah.
And the moderator, if they don't know how to finesse the three people next to them to give the audience a really good conversation that they can't get anywhere else, it's your job to pull that out of your guests.
Talk to them.
Right. So how you structure it, how you flow, your quips in the middle, and then also time management. So if you have I know what I'm doing. doing. If you have two guests and they have competing arguments, being able to lift that out so that you can have a conversation again that they probably wouldn't have if you didn't give them an opportunity to have that. So, I mean, I've done this for governors.
Right
I know what I'm doing. Like if you ever want some, feedback, let me know. I don't just give unsolicited, right?
Hey man, it is so hard being a boss. It is really hard being a president, a CEO,
Google me, sir.
a CFO, right?
Got too many
the
letters.
workers sometimes just have too
Workers?
much to say.
What kind of workers?
No, he better say corner workers.
Hey, you trying to set me up?
I threw it up there. He said, I don't want that point.
Hey, Bossy, let's go to the Olympics, man.
The Olympics. Y'all been watching it?
Yeah, man. You know what? That's the one time I will be tuned in to my television because I don't give a fuck what's going on in the world, how the country's shitting on you, bro. It's like the one time a year you got American flag in your crib. And you be looking like, yeah, basketball, go get them.
Yeah.
Track and field, go get them. Swimming, go get them. You be on it, though. You know what I'm saying? But it's some bullshit, though, going on in the Olympics, man. It's some real bullshit, man. They had a boxing match, and it was quite a controversial boxing match where these two individuals got in the ring. Person A hit person B twice. Person B quit. She was like, nah, this ain't for me. Something ain't right. So it comes out that the boxer she was fighting was born with XY chromosomes and had failed multiple gender tests.
Yeah.
Now, XY means you're man, correct?
You should have balls. You have elevated testosterone levels. You are.
It's a genetic disorder that she has.
It's tricky.
Is it a disorder or is it a cheat code?
It's a genetic. Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm not going today. No, I'm not going today.
It's a fucking cheat
I don't
code.
even. So to say that dismisses that there is genetics behind this. This person did not choose. So it isn't like this person decided I'm going to live in a certain kind of way. This person was raised as a female, raised as a girl, is a woman.
What's raised mean?
Raised as a woman. Like you can't even be trans in her country.
Can we give her name? Is it Iman Khalif?
Iman.
Okay, Iman.
Iman.
Okay.
Iman. This athlete, and it's not so straightforward. Like we saw this happen with the black runners where she had too much testosterone, is a woman, has genitalia as a woman, and was disqualified. She had too much testosterone. She didn't pass. And you do have women that have elevated testosterone levels.
And do we know
I call
that
them
she's
dudes.
been?
I call them dudes.
Do we know that she was actually born a woman?
So I have not seen this person's genitals. No, I don't know that.
Yeah, you funny.
This person, it's so weird. Like we don't understand that when people procreate and you have a child, you can have a number of genetic things that happen.
It's a cheat code.
What do you mean?
It's a cheat code. If she's XY,
born with it, right?
It's fair to say that, but when you have regulations that say this is what determines if you are a woman, and it is not to the genetic level, that is how we have an athlete that has a different genetic and also is still a woman.
This is the slick part right here, though.
So she was born with steroids. Got it.
So the committee that let her box, all you have to do to be considered a female is have it identified on your passport as a female. It doesn't have to even match your ID. What kind of slick shit is that? That's slick as fuck. Not even all homework on that because people try to say, well, you guys just want to make this argument about this. No. How about this, man? You got a category for men. You got a category for women. Now, for this genetic disorder you're talking about, they need a separate category. As fair or unfair as it may sound, that's not fair to actual women that are competing. They're trained all their life to compete against other women to win Olympic gold, represent the country, make their neighborhood, their mom, their dad, their friends proud. Her friends even told this girl, they said, hey, now either everybody's stupid or nobody's stupid. They said, hey man, don't go fight this girl. Don't go fight this person. That's a man. You got male boxers chiming in about dealing with things like this behind the scene. Like Dana White for UFC, none of that is allowed. That's why the sport is so clean. As vicious as it is, it's so fucking clean. None of that bullshit allowed. You got a certain standard to come in and meet the standard, or you can't go. You can't go, man. If we saw, I worked in 14, man. We had a place called the Green Dolphin. Monday nights they had the Boom Boom Room. Mm-hmm. You would have the trans women up there, and you had what they call cis women, regular women up there. Okay, you had born women up there, and I had to tell the women every day, every Monday, you get a call up there, stop fighting these other people that y'all don't understand what they are. They're gonna beat your motherfucking ass. There's still a dude there. Let's not do that. You know, it's the same thing. Why is it okay in competition level if we see an XY beat up an XX? It's cool, but if we see it on the street, oh, men gotta protect us. We got this, we gotta do that. No, fam, make that shit clear across the fucking board. Won't be no complaints. This shouldn't be a thing. That should have never happened. Even when, that's what you'll see, I think maybe K1 fighting. They had the young lady that chose to fight the trans woman and cracked the bitch orbital bone. Sorry, not the B word. Cracked the chick orbital bone, knocked the teeth out. Oh, girl, permanently disfigurable out. Wow. That's the danger of that shit, though. That's dangerous, man. You can't do that.
I guess that's the danger of, if we're being honest.
But
like, you can get hit really hard by a woman.
If you hit me, if you hit me, I'm gonna laugh. If I hit you on my mic, you going to sleep for like 4 days.
My only point is like boxing is like you possibly could have a bone broken. Like
you can't minimize what's going on between men and women.
What's her record?
Please
five and something.
No, she trash.
Who minimized
she
it?
Trash.
So she's been beaten by a woman before.
Yeah, she has. That's the other point
right,
too.
That's what I want to have an honest conversation.
This like she is not undefeated. She is not undefeatable. So what does that say? And by women who are XX. So what does that say?
Yeah, you stay out the ring with them XYs.
Right. So
right.
I mean, but if she got rocked by an XX, what does that say of all the other XXs that didn't rock her?
I'm not getting what you're asking.
If she got knocked out by 3 women that were XX and 4 women got knocked out by her, what does that say?
It says that if XX gets knocked out by XX, that means the playing field was level. One was just better than the other by a long shot. If one starts on the level playing field, one doesn't.
If the XX knocks out the XY.
If XY, I don't know.
Well, I mean, she's lost to a woman or to multiple women. That's what I'm saying. She's not undefeated. She doesn't just. Yeah, well, I mean, so that's the part where people are like, oh, okay,
so
well,
we just miss her ass whooping. I mean, go ahead.
Yeah, but no, that's what some people are asking. Like, so if other women have fought and defeated her, and she's not undefeatable, this woman couldn't. So basically, what does that say?
That's a classic goalpost move, but I respect it because it's conversation. You got to have those conversations.
I mean, it's facts though. So
if she was undefeated, then I get it.
Yeah,
right?
that's
she's
what
not
I think. That's
what you want your daughter fighting XY?
I don't want my daughter fighting at all. Sit your
That's
dumb
not what
ass
I asked you,
down.
bro.
You didn't answer the last question.
Oh, I did.
No, you didn't.
I'm Trump.
What you asked?
You said
man,
we were going to go. Right.
I'm dancing. Hey,
man, he was wild for saying that she just became black. That was crazy. Hey man, he's you.
Hey,
like
no.
you do have Trump energy.
So if you had to put yourself in an established Olympic event to give yourself the best chance to win a medal, 4th place is not acceptable, bro. You don't get participation.
Yeah.
What event would you put yourself in? You're this age right now. There's no DeLorean. You can't go back in time. Not to your peak, your prime athletic years. You are right now. Same for you.
Oh, I'm definitely archery.
Yeah,
I'm archery.
No swimming for you. No basketball for you.
He's definitely he's basically ping pong.
He gonna get mopped in that shit.
Definitely.
He gonna get mopped in ping
man,
pong.
I'm not fucking with our Chinese brothers with that ping pong shit. They different. I'm canoeing. You know what I mean? Row. You know? Dipping it down the stream.
Oh my God, man.
I would love to see you in a canoe and a little PFD. It's a personal flotation device, friend.
Thank you.
You wildin'.
Does that go with the barometer?
Right.
Yeah.
Knowledge, what event are you in,
I don't
brother?
even know the events like that. Probably some shit like bobsled or something like that.
Winter Olympics. Okay.
That's not bad, bro.
I need some shit that's moving for me.
It's moving for you.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's it.
What you doing?
I went dead to horse racing. I'm taking all of
equestrian?
them.
First of all, to see you get on a horse.
Yeah. Them dudes be like 5'2", don't they?
Yeah.
I'm a horse like.
Hey, man.
Horse trying to get on you, bro.
Horse, sweetheart. Hey, like I got no knees to run, jump, or anything else. Shoulders bad. I ain't doing no shot put, no chain and ball toss, javelin. I got nothing. I can't swim no more, really.
I
It's over
mean,
with.
you could do. They got the shooting. This how that old man. They got He told that lady, "I want my dog back."
Oh, I might rock that though, for real. What's an event? What's the man? Fuck y'all. They've done it already though. If you had created a new sport,
Ghetto Olympics.
That's not already there. New sport. What would it be? Something urban-esque.
I'm chasing down every woman with long eyelashes and snatching them bitches off.
That is aggressive.
Hey, yeah. How many lashes can you get in an hour?
That's so trash.
The bag of lash challenge.
bag of lash.
Lash Olympics.
What you got?
You know what? I don't know. I got to think about that one. It's I'm definitely not snatching hair off anybody. That's so bad. I know, right? You know, I'll say this is gonna be really stupid, but you know what? Aldi's and all of the carts are
the quarter.
Yeah,
you snatching quarters.
No. Oh. You gotta get through a whole row. You gotta unlock the whole, because sometimes you put that quarter in and you can't get it out.
I like that.
You gotta pop and pull. You gotta make it through the whole year. You gotta pop and pull.
I like
and you get that one at the quarter is that would be it.
Shooting dice.
Fair.
Shooting dice.
How's that Olympic game?
Yeah. The count numbers. You gotta know them numbers.
Yeah,
really?
I can do that. Yeah.
Never shot dice before.
I had two of them, bro.
No.
I teach you after you got some money on you.
Come on, you got some money on you.
I share the show, bro. Hey.
That teach was short-lived. Like, you got some money on you? You gonna play dice?
You gonna play, man. I'm gonna show you. You gonna learn a lesson the hard way. Ain't nothing like a ball lesson, man. You finna pay for it. Straight up. First of all, they should introduce scamming to the Olympics. Everything's a scam, goddammit. And I think Chicago with metal. Gold, no less than silver.
Not that
every fucking year.
Platinum.
But my God, we scam your ass to death. Drive down Western and Cicero. Remember the all the gas stations out south. Madison Pulaski for the bootleg CDs. We will scam you to death. You get the whole CD with the cover printed on it. Get that joint at home.
Nothing on it.
Totally different. Hey, we went back up there one time looking for Buddy. You see, we came back in the car, like four of us. We was young and stupid, man.
Right.
We came back up to Madison Pulaski. That motherfucker had the garbage bag CDs running down the street like a crackhead saddle. He was gone.
No.
We can't take some motherfucker in no car, man. It
Right.
didn't work the feet though. But I think low key to be fired though, if they had like freestyle rapping in the Olympics though, with an unbiased judge. It gotta be a judge. One has to be from the east, west, up north where we are, and the south. That way, it's no bias. You can't pull for anybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know who's gonna be in there until they appear in front of you to be judged. That would be different, bro.
How do you do that?
Have you seen the clips where they have the Indian guys rapping? Right? They do a drill. Chinese. So like, it could go. It could go global.
Yeah.
But we can't understand what they saying and the nuance.
That's why you have to have their judge.
Yeah.
But you gotta have to.
I need somebody signing the whole time.
What?
Yeah.
No.
I don't even.
No.
I don't know what that was right there. You mean translating?
Signing
Signing what though?
Sign language.
But signing what? Like you
because
can't
if I don't know what he's saying, I know how to sign. I know what signing is.
You know how to sign. You know American Sign Language?
Yes.
What's this?
Tell Abasi to
Not a good word.
Tell Abasi to shut the fuck
Not a
up
good word.
and sign.
Right now?
Yeah, in American Sign
Shut the
Language.
fuck up.
Understood.
You know motherfucker bullshit right now?
Is that right? That's why.
Fix that and edit. You can't.
Hey, no.
Cannot
Let me ask y'all this then before we get out of here. This is a little old, maybe a couple weeks, but Brittney Griner called herself Pops in the interview because she's having a child with her spouse.
So you're having my man. She a terrible baby daddy.
She's a full
For
woman.
real, she's a terrible baby daddy.
I've never liked when women say I'm the mother and the father. So it doesn't matter what her sexuality
That's
is.
his poor decision
I
making in my book.
don't like that. Right? You're not Pops. Right? It's just
You heard her
not
voice,
that.
bro?
You
Heard her voice, bro?
Bro,
I saw that picture.
She
I was
still-
like,
Iman.
she still does one thing once a month. Period.
well, you don't
True.
know that
Why not?
because not all women bleed. Are you crazy?
So there's not a woman at her age that's still having a menstrual cycle?
If you don't have a uterus because it's taken out or you're on
Do
medication
we
to
know that
stop
she took it out?
I'm just saying, like, not all women. Like, you can't say that just because she is. She
Duke
does.
hoop, though. Duke hoop.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
I've been calling him a him since I first hit that Baylor. Man, get that dude off court. That ain't fair. She grabbed a rebound in the game the other day. She didn't even jump.
She's huge.
said,
That joint back.
How
right.
tall is she? Like 6'8"?
So
Yeah.
is the man delegation, are we accepting her as pops?
You're not the baby.
Knowledge, I'm asking Knowledge. As a man, are we accepting Brittney Griner as a man and allowed to call herself
What?
pops?
You just added all of that on.
All of that.
With energy. Probably not answering the question, but I really don't care. Like a lot of shit I don't care about.
Facts.
So really do what you want, whether it's right, wrong, indifferent. I probably don't care enough, bro. Like honestly.
What was all this masculine energy when she was locked up in Russia, though? What was this tough guy?
What do you mean? So I'm just confused.
What I mean, that was a straightforward question.
I don't know. But who's calling her pops besides her child?
Oh no, probably her other
Does
homies,
that confuse the
her other
child?
homies
What
in
you
the
mean?
WNBA.
Is that confusing to the child? Let's be clear.
I
If
don't know
he
what's
knows that
confusing.
both his mothers are women,
Don't call her no mother no more.
and now you
Call
want me
her
to
dude,
call you
father.
pops, that's a little confusing for the child.
I mean, we teach our children what it is we want them to know. So that child probably will not be confused with what's going on in their home. We have family members that toe the line of a lot of strange activities and identities. And many of us grew up just fine.
We let them toe the line. We never let them toe the line like that, though. We gonna call your ass clean the fuck out.
I mean, but again, who's calling her that besides her child? She didn't even have to disclose what she wants her child to call.
So why did she do it then?
I don't know.
Because she
Because
wanted to be
people-
a man.
She want, yeah, exactly.
Because people,
That's
I mean,
simple.
Exactly.
I don't know what to say other than people. Say what you want to say.
Fuck her. Did y'all see?
Did you?
Did-
First
did
of all,
y'all
you
see-
pointed at me
Yeah, my fault.
and said "fuck her" with that
My fault.
pronoun, and I
You
don't
right, you
appreciate
right.
that.
Fuck
Move
him.
your finger.
Fuck Britney.
Yeah, thank you for just
Fuck
using
Brian
the name.
Griner. Fuck him.
Oh my god.
Did y'all see the clip float around of the food for less receipt? And the absurd balance
Good call.
on that receipt of $13,000 plus of food stamps and I think upwards of 5,000 in food stamp cash. Now, I've been broke before. I've requested, not me, but the situation I was in requested, that kind of assistance and couldn't receive it. I know people that, and my inbox got flooded with this information too, because I want to go on a little rant about it because I've been boots to the ground with our new visitors, our new Chicagoans since they've gotten here. We were forced to. So I saw the money, the places, the location, the behavior. I still see it. Matter of fact, they just took over Wicker Park this weekend for a Venezuelan election in Venezuela. And why the fuck is you shut the streets down here? We have business to do here. Don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But when I saw the receipt, my heart hurt for those that actually struggle,
Right.
actually need it and get denied. My son has special needs. The government, the state, say, hey, we can apply for this to get him a check. I'm not saying he needs it, but he's owed that according to them. They denied him. He don't talk. He won't grow anymore. Certain things he can't do. Now, I ain't put all the business out there, but he's going to be dependent on his parents for the rest of his life. Things like that do upset me. Now, I'm not upset at the pimp for being a pimp or the hoe for hoeing. But when the pimp is the pimp and I'm the hoe, I know my tax dollars go toward that. Government, somebody gonna say government, this, government, that, but my tax dollars do go for that. I want a chance to, all of it. Nobody's walking around that much fucking access on. Nobody. I know a true story that somebody enrolled in the school. This is a credible source. Enrolled in the school, just got here. A month later, 2024 Range Rover. All right. Range Rover. Period. You don't pay for medical, you don't pay for school, and you don't pay utilities, you don't pay for housing. What are you doing with this money? You can have all the money you want to, but if it's an access and you don't need it, get that shit back because there are people that actually fucking need that. That's my issue.
So this young lady, this migrant, is correct?
Yeah, absolutely.
Her receipt went viral, and she had 13,000
In Manolos,
and 5,000 in what?
EBT cash.
Okay, so she's been
Damn.
stacking her bread.
You know you use EBT cash for like everything, right?
Yeah.
Hotel
So
room.
she been stacking
Foot Locker.
her bread since she got here.
You can't stack. At some point, it falls off. I think it still falls off. You know what I'm saying? If research serves me correctly, it falls off.
And
Your
that-
money rolls over. If
Yeah,
you
I was
don't
gonna
use
ask
it
it,
don't roll forever though.
your money rolls over.
What's your opinion? What's your opinion on that though? Do you think that it's okay for her to have that amount of cash and a Range Rover? Is she abusing the system? Is it fair game?
No bills either.
Right. Well, so and by us being a city that are housing migrants. Is she taking advantage? You know what I mean? Like I need an opinion. I don't want stats right now.
I don't have an opinion on somebody, a third party story that I don't know. The only thing I know is this woman has a Range Rover. Who knows what she did to get it? Who's paying? So now I feel like there's two different. I got his story. Like, what are you asking about? What
I'm asking this woman who dropped her receipt and the receipt was
allegedly.
viral.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because so that one. So
real.
I'll start here. Okay, it's real. I've already told you all 2 shows ago, anything that comes over on social media in an image or a video, I'm going to do the first thing, which is look at it and ask myself some questions. What information is missing? When you look at the receipt, it will not tell you the address. It doesn't even say the store. It is literally cut off. You see somebody, what looks like gloves on the side, all you can see is the amount and the date of that amount. So I even go to look at like, how much is this over a period of time? Because you can get, like, for example, in Chicago, in Illinois, if there is a disaster that happens and Pritzker says it's a disaster zone, you're eligible for like $700 in food stamps. Like, you just have to fill out the stuff. You get that lump sum. If you are already on food stamps, you still get the additional monies on top of it. Everybody's account looks totally different. So my first question was, how many people does this money cover? Are we talking about one person? Is this a family of 10? Because there's an allocation for the number of people in your family. Also, is this money that should be used over the course of the year? Is she getting a certain amount every single month? Like, I don't know what to be upset about other than there's a picture of a balance and I don't know anything about whose is it, how many family members, when it was allocated. I know nothing. I will say that it is deeply frustrating to have tax dollars, whether it's county, city, state, or federal, be given to people in such a way when our communities have not had access to it, even through the legal way.
Thank you.
Right. So what we are, or what we should be upset about, is that number of, like, they just raised the family income for eligibility for food stamps in the state of Illinois. So I strongly suggest, if you
what's that number?
It like maybe went up like $400 or $500. It's insignificant, right? So it's almost like the working poor.
Okay.
The working poor have to be like super, super poor.
Got it.
Super poor. We should be mad about that. If we want more money or to increase eligibility for people that are right there, because I was on food stamps and medical for 17 years. And people are like, oh, you crazy to not want that. There's something in me that didn't want the assistance of the government. I don't want you in my business. I don't want to tell you everything about me. I literally made $21 over and I celebrated. I worked myself off of government assistance, me and my 3 children. And I'm hella proud of that.
As you should.
And I don't want to go back. But then there are some people.
Do you need it though?
Did I need it at the time?
Yeah, you don't eat now. Shit, get it back.
Yeah,
we need it here.
Yeah, but the thing is that if I'm being honest, if I were more financially responsible and self-accountable, then I probably wouldn't be in the financial position that I'm in now. Right? The removal of those resources just made me hyper focused on what I'm not doing right with my money. And I can't blame anybody else on that, whether it's where I chose to sign a lease, the amount of money I decided to spend on a car, the grocery stores that I chose to, the brands that I chose to buy.
Yeah, now you potting. That's who I'm looking for. I've been looking for Kales for a long time.
God, feed me then.
She been missing.
That's all it take?
Yeah. A little bit of compensation, right? A little bit of culinary compensation.
Where you at with it?
So I'm on a lane again. It's layered, right? When we talking about social media, people do so much shit now to go viral, click shit like that. So you never know what's really popping. When it comes to like assistance, we definitely need it, etc. But that's probably the, Republican mindset sort of thing. Like I'm real big on. And it's really because I'm an entrepreneur, right? Like,
right.
I really wasn't thinking about no festival 5 months ago, right? Like Olympics, I ain't caught a lot of it because I'm working on a festival. So I'm really of the belief, like specifically now, bro, like if you want to do podcasts, you can just watch that shit on YouTube all day long, man.
Yep.
And in about 3 months, you damn near can be an expert podcast where you can come to me and say, hey, I can actually do your podcast for you. like that's really how easy it is to create opportunities. And so it's hard for me to be like, well, the government should, do X, Y, and Z. I get it. And everybody ain't me and everybody don't have that, but you have the will to live and the will to do well and take care of your family, et cetera. And so sometimes something might not be you, but that's part of growth, right? Like if that's what needs to happen for me to get to the next level, then at the end of the day, so I'm probably never gonna really be a big advocate of, they need more help. You got to kind of help yourself, bro.
Fair. Look, I'm not worried about what the government does.
Yeah.
Give my tax dollars back. If you could stack, like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, your shit stacks. Illinois stacks for a year. New York, 3/4 of a year. Texas, something like that. The same thing. I don't know each state to state, but if you can stack my tax dollars for your bank account, give my shit back. Let me stack my shit.
Yeah.
I got two. I don't work hard, but I do have too many jobs. I'm up and available too many hours to see some shit like that. I'm cool on that.
Yeah.
No, give my shit back, bro. I'm gonna tell you something, Brandon. This your only turn. I swear. It ain't me, ain't no hate. I was rooting for you. I am. I don't see what you're doing panning out for me. No shade, no harm, no foul. You did what you did to win. You won. Cool. We need somebody else with a different plan there to maybe benefit me or those like me, the working poor.
Let's get out of here, man. Give all the information for What's Funny Festival.
Yeah, man. So September 16th through the 22nd, Monday through Sunday. We kick off at the Sophie Hotel in Hyde Park.
Ooh.
Fire.
Tuesday through Sunday are shows, 7 venues, 10 shows. Go to the website to grab tickets, what'sfunnycomedyfestival.com. Make sure you tap in. Real Special is going to be special. That's Sunday at the
Bars.
DuSable. Want to be there for the big shows Friday and Saturday. Probably going to be the hardest. Not probably. Will be the hardest you laugh all year long when you come to either of those shows or both of those shows. Super affordable. When you look at the prices for the tickets and how much comedy you're getting and compare that to, let's say, an improv where you're going to go see one headliner, maybe a feature and a host. Compare that ticket price to what we're giving you for 10 to 15 comics. Not even close. And so make sure you tap in. This one's for the city. We have comedians from all over the country here. Come out, check it out, support. If you see it on social media, share it, amplify it. It's a good look for the city. Shout out to Lil Rel for jumping on board and not just lending his name, but like in the trenches with me, right? Working, et cetera, in between shooting movies and everything he's doing, man. Shout out to you all again for bringing me back for the third time. Looking forward to politicking and seeing how we get you guys on site during the festival. Sure, a lot of comics would love to hit the microphone and talk about what they have going on and so forth. Appreciate you all, man.
Oh yeah, and you'll be doing some stuff with Chicago News Weekly, so we got to get that together. Yep, excited for the story. So it'll be a busy couple of weeks.
Hey, let's get it, man. It's the Corner Convo, episode 209, man. What the fuck is funny?
Oh my God, bro.
Is the F really in there?
Yeah. In my mind.
In my mind.
That's wild.
My bad.
Good shit, brother.
Appreciate y'all. Always, man. Always.
That was so funny.
Hey, man.